I would ask Ms. Latha Venkatesh from CNBC to ask the first question. Latha, please.
Thank you, Puneet, and thank you, Governor, for the opportunity. You have said in the statement that the fall in inflation opens up space for further supporting growth. You have omitted the word limited, which was there previously when you said limited space. So should we understand there is space for more than one cut? And what is the trigger? If you had the space, why not now? What trigger are you waiting for? You also said that the transmission is broad-based. Are you okay with the way bond yields have moved? There doesn't seem to be transmission there.
Yes, there is a change, as you have noticed. I mean, inflation has reduced considerably since we met earlier in June by 1%. And so that does open up the space. At the same time, growth you have seen, while it has surprised us on the upside in Q1, Q3, Q4, and even next year, there is a downward revision slightly. And as mentioned, it is on account of the tariff, the 50% tariff that has come into play, offset to some extent by the GST. Why not a rate cut is again, given in our statement. Monetary policy transmission, while it has been good across sectors, it is still happening. And it's not only monetary policy transmission. There are other policies, for example, the government GST rate and a number of other policies announced by the Honorable PM and the government. They are taking shape and their impact is still unfolding. At the same time, there are still a lot of uncertainties. We see developments every week, every day, and we also see responses there too. There is still, clarity on that account. And so that's why the MPC felt that we should pause. Insofar as transmission to government bonds is concerned, you are aware that there was a good transmission of about from 686 peaks or thereabout to 630, about 46 basis points. And after that, there has been a hardening. So the net impact thereof is only about 660, 659 today, so about 30 basis points, more than 30 basis points, yeah, about 30 or less than 30 basis points in the government yields. We are watchful and we'll see, how ultimately it is, of course, for the demand and supply. We'll see how all the needs of the economy are supported.
Speak about limited. Why did you drop that word?
I mentioned that inflation has dropped by 1%. From our earlier forecast. It is now at 2.6% from our earlier forecast. So it has dropped down by 1%, and so that's the reason. And the growth at the same time, I did mention, has also been revised slightly downwards. Primarily, of course, as I mentioned, on account of trade-related, the higher tariff that has come into play, which is still negotiations going on, etc., still unfolding. But we have taken that. To cut, not limited space. Yes, we have made that change. Yes, and that's the reason. The changing growth inflation dynamics is the reason that we have changed the language.
Thank you, sir.